Hello friends. Okay, so I thought that I would go ahead and do Benji's 1 month update. He is actually 1 month old today. So I did actually already film this, which is why the thumbnail looks different than what you're seeing right now. It's because I'd actually already filmed this and my mic I think was getting low on batteries, and so it started doing like this little like popping sound. It was so annoying. I recorded the whole video. I went back and watched it and tried to edit it, and at first I was like, I'm just gonna have to deal with this. I can't refilm it. And then I just could not post it because the popping sound was so annoying. Super annoying. And I knew that nobody would ever make it through the whole video, and I love having these monthly updates to remember what was going on in my kids' lives during this time. So I just didn't want to have that one be tainted by this annoying like pop sound all the time. So here we are. Mr. Benjamin is 1 month old today. Oh man, you guys, the last month has, in some ways it's flown by, and in other ways I feel like it's been longer than that. He recently went to the doctor, so if you have watched our vlogs, and I know by the way I said that I was probably going to put these updates up on my other channel, but I decided to put them here because they're very specifically kid related, and I'm trying to kind of keep most of the family and kid stuff over here on this gathered nest. I don't know, I just felt like it belonged better here with most of the family content. I don't know, we'll see. Anyhow, so we went to the doctor, and this little guy was 9 pounds and 4 ounces, I believe. I cannot believe how much he has grown. I mean, I can. When I pick him up and hold him, like I can tell he's like a little sack of sugar. He's just like carrying around a little sack of sugar flour, something delicious, huh? Yeah. But he has definitely grown a ton. He was 6 pounds, 15 ounces at birth, and he has just, yeah, he's grown a ton. If you've been keeping up with our vlogs, then you saw that at that appointment, he was diagnosed with silent reflux and thrush, and I can never say this word right, but it's like laryngomalacia. That's probably butchering it. I'm sorry if I am. So that's why his breathing is so noisy. That has been something I've never dealt with before, and it's kind of scary sometimes, especially at night. Like, you can probably see the bags under my eyes because concealer's not helping much at this point. He is up a lot at night, like, and it seems like he's struggling to breathe. And it's just kind of scary, you know, like he'll eat, and then when he's done eating, he'll breathe really weird for a little while, and I just have a hard time sleeping knowing that he's breathing weird. I'm actually really tempted. I've never gotten the owlet sock before for any of my kids, but I'm actually really tempted to order it for him because I think maybe it would help me sleep better if I knew for sure that like something was going to notify me if he stopped breathing. I feel like that might be a purchase I would be willing to make, even though I know it's really expensive. I just feel like I need some peace of mind at night when he's sleeping. And that's when he's sleeping, because he is up a lot at night. Like I said, it's almost like he has dry mouth or cotton mouth or something, and it's like he's constantly like he's struggling to swallow, which makes his breathing weird. Oh goodness, yeah, you can see that thrush on his tongue. And I've again never had a baby with thrush before, so this is new for me, and it is pretty hard to clear up, as I understand. He's been on the medication for less than a week, and it's definitely getting better, but not as much as as fast as I wish that it would. I wish it would just go away, because I'm sure that's not comfortable for him either. So that's what's going on with him, like health-wise and everything. As far as like, I know I've got a lot of questions about breastfeeding, because I had talked about wanting to breastfeed him, and I thought about I might make a whole separate video on my other channel about it, but just to give you guys like the Cliff Note version, basically the medication that I had to take to induce lactation, there really is a protocol that you need to do that is a few months long protocol to really be able to make it successful. I want to be very careful, because just because it didn't work for me, I still really want to like encourage people to try it if it's something that you are interested in. I think there's so much value in it, and I am definitely disappointed that it didn't work out for me, but the time frame was so short and quick with him. And the medication was giving me I'm the kind of person that if there is a weird side effect on a medication, I will experience it. If I take Benadryl, it's goodbye George, see you next Thursday. Like, I'm out. and so many medications, just like whatever their extreme effect is, it will happen to me. And so one of the possibilities with this medication is like some cardiac issues, and I was starting to experience those, and it was kind of scaring me. So I did stop taking the medication. And then unfortunately, I guess if you stop taking it cold turkey, it can also cause major shifts in like anxiety, which I didn't know. And I stopped taking it cold turkey and then had a really bad week of like struggling really bad with anxiety, which is not something that I usually struggle with. And it was really bad and like came out of nowhere. And I thought that maybe it was just because of like adoption stress and everything. But I really think it was that combined with coming off the medication cold turkey. Anyhow, that did not end up working out. However, I am so excited because there's different places where you can go to get donor milk, and we have been very lucky to have 2 different women donate milk to us. So he has had over 300 ounces of breast milk donated so far. So that is amazing. He's able to get breast milk and his formula, which is wonderful for him. I'm so happy about that. And like I said, with the reflux and everything, he is such like a contented baby for the most part. He doesn't really fuss and cry a lot unless you're like changing his diaper or he's hungry. But other than that, he's pretty content. And he does sleep pretty well in the baskets that we got for him. Some of y'all have seen those on my Instagram and in vlogs and stuff. I'll leave them linked down below where I got them from. But he really likes sleeping in that basket with like the Snuggle Me inside of it. He really likes that. And then there's one that's more of a flat basket, and it's got a pad that's very like firm and flat in it. And so sometimes we'll let him lay on his tummy in that basket. Sometimes we'll let him lay on his tummy in that basket, and he really likes that. I think it helps when his tummy hurts to let him lay on his tummy a little bit. And obviously, like, we watch him, we don't leave him alone like that or anything. He doesn't sleep like that overnight or anything like that. But he really likes those baskets, and we get a ton of use out of them, which I was kind of worried that we wouldn't because they're kind of expensive. And I thought, well, maybe this is like a kitschy thing and we won't use it much. But I've had more use out of those baskets than I could possibly imagine. And I can't believe I waited till my 8th kid to get one. So I'm really liking that. However, he is still only sleeping like 2, maybe 3 hour stretches at a time, maybe 3 hour stretches. Most of the time it's 2, pretty much around the clock. Every 2 hours he wants to eat. And so that part of that, our pediatrician said, is related to the reflux because it's just more comfortable for him when he's eating. So he wants to eat a lot because it helps his throat and it makes him feel better when he's actually eating. So hopefully once this medication really kicks in and helps him with the silent reflux and stuff, we'll be able to stretch out the sleep a little bit. I feel a little bit desperate because, like I said, he's up a lot in the night. And once I feed him, he then has to sit upright for 30 minutes. So, and if you think about that, and he's eating every 2 hours, I'm really getting like 30-minute cat naps here and there. And so I am definitely tired, more so than I feel like I have been with my other children previously. And so I did bite the bullet and order a snoo. They are crazy expensive, y'all. So I will keep you guys posted and give you a review, if you will, or whatever, of the snoo. I'll probably do all that over on my second channel. But we are going to try that and see if that will help us get a little bit longer stretches of sleep at night. That would be magical for me. He's starting to be awake more in the morning. He has like this longer period of awake time where he just sits around and chats, and usually the kids pass him back and forth during that time, and they all take turns just like talking to him and he just like loves to sit and stare. And he's a little bit started to smile, just like a little bit started to kind of like, oh hey, I know you, and crack like that little bit of a smile. Yes. And then after his little awake period in the morning, he takes a really long nap, which so far has been like during school time, basically. Like, he is usually sleeping most of our big chunk of school time in the morning. It's kind of crazy. I hope he continues to do that because it's so helpful. I mean, obviously we can put him in the carrier. I can wear him. I have a Solly wrap that I wear him in a lot, and you guys have seen me wear him in that on Instagram. And I recently got a Wildbird Sling. So I've got to kind of master that because I've got the Solly wrap mastered. I use that for the twins a bunch. I even double wrapped them. Like, I love the Solly wrap. but I need to master the sling. So I got a really cute Wildbird Sling. I'll link it down below if I can. And I'm hoping to master that as another option for wearing him and stuff during the day, which leaves me hands-free to do stuff around the house, to help the kids with school and all of that. And he is still being comforted and snuggled and all of that stuff, huh? Yeah. He, like I said, he seems like kind of like a wise old soul. You know, that's just kind of the vibe I get from him. He seems pretty chill and like, I don't know, I just feel like his personality is going to be a little bit different than our other boys. I could be totally wrong. He could end up being very rambunctious and stuff too, but I see him being a little bit more calm. I don't know. I could be crazy. Maybe that's just wishful thinking. That's probably what it is. Just wishful thinking that you will be chill and calm as your brothers are running around the backyard right now with a Nerf bow and arrow. I did move him up to size 1 diapers already. And I also moved him pretty much into 0 to 3 month clothes. He can wear some of his newborn clothes if they don't have feet. If they're footless sleepers or just like onesies or whatever, he can still wear some of that newborn stuff. But for the most part, I'm moving him up to 0 to 3. And I have to say, I'm super happy with my decision to go more minimal with baby stuff this time around. We just don't have as much stuff in the house, like baby stuff everywhere, which is kind of nice. And not needed. It's just kind of helped me see how little of that stuff we actually need. And then as far as clothing too, like I've really gone pretty minimal on his wardrobe as well. So I've just purchased some of my favorites, like the Burt's Bees stuff. I really like the Loved Baby stuff. Got him a few copper pearl swaddles. He's working on a poo down here, so if you hear that in a second, I promise it is him and not me. So yeah, I feel like I've just kind of stuck to the things that I really, really love and not bought as much of just like the cute kitschy stuff that I see when I'm at the store. I've resisted the urge to buy that. He is also not really a passy baby. He doesn't really take a pacifier. He will, but it's usually just like for a minute or two, and then he spits it out and he's angry because he just wants food. So I'm not gonna force the passy on him. You guys know the twins are pretty like obsessed with their pacifiers, and that's always one of my least favorite things to do is take the pacifier away. But they definitely needed them when they were babies. But he doesn't seem to really need it or want it that much, so I'm not really giving it to him. And hopefully we'll be able to avoid the then having to get rid of the passy in a couple of years. Yeah, he's just really calm and very go with the flow. And I feel like when you're the 8th kid, it's all probably kind of like just part of necessity is that he's just like, okay, you know, I mean, you know, recently I took Kennedy and Shelby to Carowinds for Shelby's birthday. That's what she wanted to do, was go to Carowinds with Kennedy and their 2 little girlfriends. And so we did that, and I brought him so that CR wouldn't have to like manage the twins and him and the other 3. So I brought him with us, and he pretty much just slept the whole time. I got like the snap and go for his car seat. And he pretty much just slept in that. You know, I'd take him out to feed him, change him, and then set him back down, and he just kind of hung out. So he's just very like relaxed and go with the flow. He still doesn't love his car seat. You really have to just like do your due diligence to make sure that everything is done. Like, you know, he's been fed, he's been burped, he's been changed, and then he'll do okay in the car seat. But if any of those things like need to be done, he just like loses it and wants to get out. So yeah, the kids are doing awesome. I've got a lot of questions about like, how are they doing? How are they loving having another sibling? And everybody's doing really good. They're really, excited to have a baby around, but it's also like, life still carries on, you know what I mean? And sometimes that's hard because I'm tired because I'm parenting a newborn. But yeah, I mean, life kind of just goes on, and he's just really folded into our family, and they're all crazy about him, and the twins always want to like touch him and talk to him, and they're really pretty gentle with him. We've only had a couple instances where we had to like kind of like separate them because they were just, you know, a little too handsy, if you will. But for the most part, they're really gentle with him and sweet and loving. So that's, as a mom, that's always nice to see, and I feel like you know, it makes me feel better for him that he's not going to get his eye gouged out on accident. But yeah, I feel like that kind of covers everything for him, and the products and stuff that I've been liking. Like I said, I'll leave those linked down below. And I'll probably eventually do a video about the things that we loved most and everything for him once he's really out of the newborn phase in another month or so. But yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for following along with little Benji Man's story. We really loved bringing you guys along with us and just kind of taking you through from beginning to end, and now he's a part of our family, and he's here, and he's awesome and wonderful, and all the waiting and the hard things and the no's were so worth it to bring us to this special little guy, right? God's timing is perfect, and we are just so thankful to have Benji as part of our family. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you again very soon. Bye. Can you tell everybody, say thank you for watching? So I'll see you soon. He says, oh, this light is so bright and I need to go poo-poo. We'll see you again soon.
About to leave.
Yeah, we'll see you again soon.
Packing.
Bye-bye.
Come with me.
Bye-bye.
I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action. What we can be, like with no distractions. We'll